Hey there, Devold here from Capital Insider, and welcome to the Week 1 recap of our latest bot challenge. So this week had a lot of mixed results for our bots, where ICARUS was losing hundreds of dollars a day, and MIDAS, well, it lost tens of dollars each day. But today, finally, we logged the first profitable day for MIDAS. ICARUS, not so much yet, but today is Friday, which means we're optimizing ICARUS and MIDAS for next week. And essentially, we're gonna force them to only trade the best sessions. We're gonna force them to only trade the best instruments and really try and take everything we learned this week and implement it. So next week, we can maybe see a green profitable day for both our bots. So I'm gonna pull up some stats over here on the laptop just to kind of give you guys a recap of everything that happened, everything we found out. And yeah, let's jump into it. I'm not going to be looking at the camera as much because I'm going to be reading, but I hope you guys find this stuff interesting because I do. Okay, so first up, we're going to be looking at the numbers because I feel like that is probably the most important part of this challenge because we want our bots to be profitable. So combined this week on day 1, our bots lost $714. On day 2, they lost $499.38. On day 3, they lost $285, and on day 4, which is today, they lost $371, which again maybe isn't great, but I feel like it's a great place for us to start so that we can improve and optimize, and hopefully in 2 to 3 weeks we can run 2 highly profitable systems that literally just print us money. So in total so far, ICARUS has lost $1,845.16, and MIDAS only lost $26.38. The average daily PL for ICARUS is $461.29 a day. The worst day was our first day, where ICARUS lost $703, which is insane. Our best day was day 3, still a loss, but ICARUS only lost $263.33. So ICARUS, it's not looking too great, but here's the thing. With ICARUS, the problem is it's running 26 strategies all at once. So where one strategy might be doing really well, making us $100 a day, we have some really bad strategies that's losing us $300-400 a day. So that's why after today's recap, I'm going to go optimize ICARUS as well as MIDAS so that they can just run as smoothly as possible with only their most profitable strategies and only their smartest logic. Now as for MIDAS's average daily PL is minus $6.56, which is not bad, but in the long run, you're definitely going to be bleeding your account dry. The worst day for MIDAS was day 3, where it lost $22.53, and its best day was today, day 4, where MIDAS made $27.11. Now let's recap some patches we made to MIDAS. I feel like we start with MIDAS because it's more profitable, and I truly believe it's the smarter system, even though ICARUS maybe has more potential. But it's such a contrasting thing, but that's why we're doing this challenge, because we want to see which bot, which strategy, which logic, what makes the best profitable bot system. Cool, I'm going to read all of our patch notes for this week for MIDAS and let us know what you think. What do you think was a good patch? What do you think was a bad patch? Join in on the adventure. Leave a comment below. Okay, so week 1, what did we fix for MIDAS? Firstly, the execution wasn't executing. MIDAS was finding trades but killing them before the broker execution. We added trust restore and execution restoration pass. What I mean by this is, like I mentioned in our first video, if you haven't watched it yet, go watch it so you understand what this video is even about. But with MIDAS, we were running it through Lovable. So every time something isn't working, we have to prompt it. A prompt costs credits, credits cost money. Now we're losing money on infrastructure as well as trading. But what we ended up doing this week is we added switches for literally every type of logic that we've got going. So anything that could block a trade, that could help execute a trade, all of that we can now manually tweak from our portal so that we don't have to keep asking Lovable to do things that it tends to just not do and keep costing us money. We also fixed candidates disappearing before setup creation and signal generation. This issue was quite weird, where MIDAS would say, this is a good position, take it, and then it would create the setup and then just nothing happens. So we have fixed that bug, and I really think a lot of these bug patches have been super helpful because, as you guys can see, day 4, MIDAS is actually profitable. So it's not like with ICARUS where it feels like we're patching and patching, but sometimes it doesn't feel like we're getting anywhere. Next was our decision lock system. Once Midas approves a trade, it now locks the decision. This prevents endless reevaluation and second guessing. Now this issue was quite weird because Midas would say, great buy position, and then it doesn't take the buy, and then 3 minutes later it's like, great buy position, then it doesn't take the position, and eventually it's like, great buy position, I should have bought that 5 minutes ago, and that doesn't really help. So we've patched that. Number 3, emerging directional control. This allows Midas to recognize developing trades earlier and stops Midas waiting for perfect confirmation after the move is mostly gone. This connects to what I just said in the previous note of Midas would wait for too long, doesn't catch those early trends, and then later it would be like, oh, that was actually a really good trade, which again, it's very redundant. But hopefully now we fixed that. Number 4 is the high trust override. High confidence setups can bypass certain soft blockers and reduced analysis paralysis. All of it basically comes back to the previous point of the issues we were having, where Midas would see a good position, mark it as a good position, give it a good score, but then other type of blockers are coming in there and stopping the trade from executing, which hopefully we fix now, where if we see a really good move, it just overrides all of the other safety precautions. But also, let me just clear it up, not all of the safety precautions. We still have backup safety protocols so that the bot doesn't end up taking 5 positions in the same direction, or it doesn't just buy way too late. Primarily, the safety blockers we cleared were really silly things where it was just messing with the system. Next up was our structure memory repair. We fixed broken trade attribution, removed hundreds of phantom and orphan records, and structure analytics now actually reconcile properly. This was an issue we were having where we weren't tracking our trades properly, which again, for this particular week, wasn't really the best thing to be dealing with, because this week was about getting data, but if the data isn't saving properly or our system isn't logging what's happening with those trades, then it's kind of useless. So we fixed it. Now hopefully we should be knowing, why did we lose that trade? Did we lose it close to support? Did we lose it close to resistance? Did we lose it during London session, Asia session, New York session? We're collecting all of this data now, and we made sure to patch it so that nothing gets lost. Number 6 was our gold tuning control center. This is what I mentioned earlier. We built a full control panel for soft blockers, trust settings, decision lock, emerging control, trouble caps, and trade management. So no more needing a new code patch for every single week. Now we can just go and we can go change the number, and Lovable, they don't have to touch our project anymore. Number 7 was our break-even rework. We loosened some break-even triggers and stopped strangling potential winners too early. This issue came when a trade would move up and we'd instantly move the thing to break even, and then boom, we get stopped out. This was very counterproductive because sometimes a trade will go $3 into the green, we'd instantly go to break even, and normally the trade comes back down slightly before it shoots back up, or vice versa, and we were just closing those for literal cents and missing those really good moves. So we optimized it, so now we have a bit more grace period. Number 8 was our early failure detection. This cuts weak trades early and aims to reduce the full $10 losses without touching winners. So again, this is what I feel like helped Midas become profitable on today, day 4. Because normally, if it goes into the red and we stay in the red for an hour, we kind of just sit there and watch the money bleed out. Now, once we stay in the red for a while, we just close the trade. For example, last night I saw Midas close the trade for minus $3, where technically that saved us $7 in losses because Midas is getting smarter, which is exactly what we wanted from this week. And number 9 is our diagnostics upgrade. This is also related to everything I've been saying previously, where we added session analytics, buy versus sell analysis, strategy versus direction breakdowns, opportunity cost tracking, and reversal after profit analysis. So if we lose a trade, we're still tracking the data for a while after that to see, were we right to take that position? Was the idea right and the timing wrong? So again, all of this is for the sake of optimization. The results so far. Our wins for the week: Midas is finally trading consistently, structure memory is mostly fixed, analytics are becoming very useful, execution pipeline is alive. Now things that are still broken and being improved. We've got too many candidates still getting blocked. True chaos filter may be overly aggressive. Buy side significantly underperforming sell side, and profitability is still negative overall. Now week 1 wasn't about making Midas profitable. It was about helping MIDAS actually take trades and then remember why it took them in the first place. And now, moving on to ICARUS. I'm going to try and speedrun this a bit because ICARUS is just insane. Just as many trades it takes is how many patches we've done, and my brain is lagging. So week 1 major patches and changes for ICARUS include infrastructure. We fixed trade identity tracking using internal trade IDs and broken position IDs. We added reconciliation system to recover missing broker closes. We added quarantine for handling identity conflicts instead of losing trades. We improved close matching using MT5 history backfill, and we reduced orphan and missing trade issues significantly. This was primarily just a bunch of issues where, because we're testing 30 strategies at once, sometimes ICARUS would get confused. We'd open positions in the same direction at the exact same moment, and when they closed, ICARUS wasn't sure which strategy opened or closed it. So all of that is hopefully fixed and hopefully helps us optimize for week 2. Next was risk and trade management. We fixed break-even and runner ladder logic. We prevented stop loss from moving backwards after profit locks. We added a profit lock ladder system across all strategies, and we improved position manager monitoring and repair logic. Now that second one is quite important because an issue we had is our break-even was moving backwards. So our stop loss, once we get to a certain percentage of our profit goal, our stop loss would move into the green. But now once the price starts coming back down, our stop loss was just moving backwards. So it was essentially just useless. But that's fixed now. In terms of strategies, we added 5 or 6 brand new strategies to also test this week, just to see for week 2, is there maybe anything extra that we can optimize so that at the end of the day, we're not just putting all of our eggs in one basket. We're not just testing 2 strategies. We maybe have 5 going through to the next round. Then we had some existing strategy reworks where we just took what we learned last week and we improved it a bit and optimized it so that this week, some of the really bad strategies can just be a tiny bit better. But guess what? All of those strategies still completely sucked. Next, we have logging and diagnostics. We added detailed strategy evaluation logging, added block reason logging, added reconciliation diagnostics, we added runner ladder diagnostics, and we added performance tracking by strategy and regime. Next, moving on, launcher instability. We fixed launcher startup crashes, we reduced log spam, we improved dashboard stability, and we improved live position tracking. And that pretty much concludes all of the patches for ICARUS this week. Let's break down what we found out. So our biggest discoveries, our winners in terms of strategy, was trend exhaustion fade, compression breakout, our opening drive strategy, and consensus hunter. Big surprises for the week, our fortune teller strategy is looking kind of promising, and compression fade became one of our biggest performers. Our losing strategies for this week was our werewolf silver strategy, the hedges strategy, time trading gold, bootcamp gold, and our candle burn gold strategies. Now these are most likely going to get cut loose after today, but maybe in the future we'll rework some of them and try and just improve them. Now our conclusion for ICARUS for week 1. Week 1 for ICARUS wasn't about making it profitable. It was about perfecting the platform so we can actually run proper tournaments that give us proper data so we can build a proper system. Now let's see which ICARUS strategies perform the best. Last recap for this video. The trend exhaustion fade strategy took 151 trades with a 76% win rate and it made $87 profit this week. The compression breakout strategy took 309 trades, 65% win rate, and made $20 profit. Our opening drive strategy took 89 trades, 57% win rate, and lost $9. All of our other strategies are in the negatives, which sucks a bit, but I'm sure after optimization, hopefully next week, all of these small $15, $20 losses that we're seeing can become at least $5 losses or hopefully even profits next week. Our biggest loser for this week is our werewolf silver strategy. 314 trades, 44% win rate, and it's lost a staggering $338. Terrible strategy. I hate werewolves. So yeah, that concludes our recap for week 1 of our brand new bot challenge. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and for staying updated with our whole process, with our wins, with our losses. And if you haven't seen it yet, we've been posting daily shorts about both bots, how much they're winning, how much they're losing. Go check it out. Drop a comment down below and tell us, what do you think we should add to the bots next? And while you're there, drop a like and subscribe so you don't miss any future updates. And as always, happy investing.